How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 3. I know it's actually been a pretty long while since I got jumped back into this game, and I do apologize, but I have to admit I didn't think I was going to get so addicted to the Fortnite Avengers mode, which I do plan on doing another live stream of that today. I think actually I should probably. I don't know if it's actually still. I think it's still available, but pretty much if the Avengers Endgame game mode in Fortnite is still available, I do plan on doing one more live stream of that just to kind of conclude the couple of videos that I've made for that. And who knows, maybe I'll make another one if I really had the time. But I actually leave for Florida in 2 weeks from today, which means I don't have a lot of time left. Because within the next couple days, I'm going to be working. I've got some friends who want to hang out before I head out to Florida. So I'm going to start to get busy again, even though I said I would have a couple bit more free time. But I have an idea because, like I said, I promised you guys one thing, and that one thing is that I am going to get the Kingdom Hearts 3 playthrough done before I go to Florida. And I think, honest to God, there's not a lot left in this game for me to do, but I am going to do something a little bit different. So for the past, literally all the videos that I have done for Kingdom Hearts 3, I have recorded gameplay, and then I've been using the SHAREfactory to take the game music and lower the volume and then add my voice. That way you guys can hear me more. And it has worked, and I've been really impressed with what I've been able to do. But at the same time, it's just been a kind of this process that I thought was going to be great at first, but now it's just kind of like, you know, it's not the same as like my usual videos where I'm actually playing the game, and I don't really have anybody to talk to while I am making these videos, so I can't really keep up the conversation. I think that's one of the reasons why this playthrough's kind of lacked a little bit. But even then, you know, even though my commentary is one thing, but all my Kingdom Hearts playthroughs from 1 and 2 have been without any commentary. So I feel like even though there are a good couple of chunks of parts where I'm not talking, it's still kind of true to what I've done in these Kingdom Hearts playthroughs for 1 and 2, where, you know, I'm playing the game and I'm showing you guys where some stuff is and what you can do to beat the game in the easiest way possible. So I am proud of that. I am grateful that I'm able to finally able to do this walkthrough for you guys. But with that being said, I only have 2 videos left to actually. It's this video and one other video. It's my final video for the Pirates of the Caribbean world, where I have to record my audio for the video. Then after that, I don't have any other gameplay recorded. But I think I'm going to do something a little different that will probably speed up this process a lot. As you guys have probably noticed from my other videos, I have been live streaming. I've been live streaming a lot of Fortnite. That's for obvious reasons. I've been live streaming that. I've been playing that by myself, and I've been playing with my brother. And I also a while ago I live streamed Final Fantasy VII. And for the Final Fantasy VII live stream, you know, the PlayStation 4 does have some sorts of cheat codes for newcomers of Final Fantasy VII to make the experience just, you know, easy to get around, so that way I can just kind of enjoy the story of what it is, and, you know, just experience Final Fantasy for what it originally was, but at an easy pace for me. And, you know, it's more stuff that I can record. I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy VII recently. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Even though I am using those cheats, I'm finding, you know, just kind of looking at the story again, because I know, like, I said this in my first live stream for Final Fantasy VII, I know the story of Final Fantasy VII. I know all about it, but I've never actually seen it from the game's perspective. I just know the basics, you know, with Sephiroth, the Promised Land, and everything else. But experiencing it and actually playing it, you know, it's truly a very fun game. You know, and I mentioned in my live stream, like, again, I hate saying this, but, you know, it's true. Never had a PlayStation, so I wasn't able to experience it. But from actually playing Final Fantasy VII, I've really enjoyed it, and I can definitely, if I would have had a PlayStation at the time and truly had been able to enjoy Final Fantasy for what it was without the codes, you know, it would be a very interesting experience. But even then, that came out in '97. I was only 3 years old, so that's another reason why I probably wouldn't have gotten into it the way I did. But even now, playing it where I'm now in my 20s, I definitely see the appeal. And if I was old enough at that time and I had a PlayStation and I experienced it for the very first time, I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy VII would have been very kind of special to me if I was playing it, if I was older back in '97. But even then, and this is actually a topic I wanted to talk about. I was actually debating if I could just do like a random podcast to talk about this, but I guess for this video's sake, it gives me something to talk about too. Kind of keeping into the topic of Final Fantasy VII, but I would like to address that. Even though, and again, I don't know if the Avengers Endgame mode is still available on Fortnite. I believe it should be. But I kind of noticed that a lot of you were watching the live streams I did of Fortnite where I just played by myself, or if I played a game with my brother. And you guys seem to like those live streams of Fortnite. And even though the Fortnite game mode might be coming to an end, I definitely might actually try to stream more Fortnite later on. It's just, I kind of like the end game mode because, you know, it gives me an objective. And, you know, with Fortnite, you can survive and complete challenges all in the livelong day. But, you know, I don't know. It's like, because, again, I'm not the best at Fortnite, but, you know, I've noticed from my live stream, my views, that, you know, there are a good chunk of you watching those Fortnite videos. So I probably will still do some live streams of Fortnite down the road. And who knows, I'll probably get my older brother to come back, or my sister. We can do some more shenanigans there. But I will say that if the Fortnite game mode is still active today, then you can expect another live stream of that game mode, because there's one more challenge that I want to complete to wrap up that game mode. And now I'll kind of shift what's going on over here. So we just found this big treasure chest, but it's actually a trap. And I haven't really talked much about the combat for underwater. The underwater combat, it's alright, but I find moving around underwater with Sora to be a little bit tricky, even though I've kind of gotten used to it, just kind of like exploring the worlds and getting all the hidden Mickeys. I'm not really a big fan of, like, maneuvering underwater. I like pressing the circle button to swim faster. But I will admit, though, I definitely prefer the way the combat goes underwater than it did in Atlantica in the original Kingdom Hearts, because in Atlantica, your combat was dialed down so much. And, I mean, it was alright, but even then, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 definitely improved on a lot of that. So, And, I'll kind of talk about Kingdom Hearts more before I go into my Final Fantasy talk, because I do want to talk about Final Fantasy. So yeah, I have this video that I'm finishing recording audio with, then I have one more video to record audio for. And then I have no other videos that I pre-recorded, so I can work on the audio alone. But I'm going to do something a little bit differently to try and speed up this process. And to kind of give the playthroughs a little bit more of that, you know, kind of go back to originally was, where I'm actually playing the game, so I can actually really focus on stuff to talk about, but I can also focus on the game. So I think from here on out, I am actually going to live stream the rest of Kingdom Hearts 3 from San Francisco all the way to the ending. I'm going to live stream all the rest of the videos and playthrough, just so I can kind of get these videos out there and not have to worry about time limits, because since Kingdom Hearts 3 is a long game with a lot of cutscenes, you have to be very careful with what you want to record, because you can only record gameplay on PlayStation for only up to an hour, But if you live stream, yeah, you can record as long as you want. It just takes a while to get the video uploaded. But I feel like if I live stream Kingdom Hearts 3 with where I'm at now, I can easily get this playthrough done for you guys and keep up that promise, because that will be completed before I go. So after the next 2 videos that release of this playthrough, just finishing off Pirates of the Caribbean, from San Francisco all the way to the final battle with Xehanort, I think I'm just going to live stream the rest of the walkthrough. And yes, those videos could be pretty long and lengthy, but I feel like just so I can kind of keep my promise and kind of work towards the end here, I think it's what I have to do at this point. Even I think I kind of chose the wrong time to really do this playthrough, just because I wanted to play other games, and then Disney happened. I'm going back there. So my timing has just been so very crazy, and school kind of got around and being crazy. So I maybe should have done this playthrough maybe like over another break where I knew I would have nothing to worry about. But at the same time, it's like I'm gonna get this done.
Now then, my ship has a captain, but it does appear I'm in need of a crew. Suppose you'll have to do. Don't dawdle. Climb aboard. Ready now, helmsman?
So now I want to kind of go back on the topic of Final Fantasy VII. And in my live stream, I talked about how my favorite Final Fantasy game to this day is Final Fantasy 15. And I know that with Final Fantasy 15, I mean like before we got all these episode patches. Like, even though the ending, a lot of people were a little bit disappointed in the ending, I thought it was alright because I thought the journey and everything about Final Fantasy 15 was great. I have not downloaded any of the episodes just because I thought Final Fantasy 15 was fine the way it was. And this game produced alternate endings and whatnot, and I don't like it when it does that. I mean, if these episodes were just continuations of the story with more explanation about what happened, then maybe I would have. But when I mean Final Fantasy 15, I mean the original day 1 release, from beginning of that story all the way to the ending. And I liked Final Fantasy 15 for many different reasons. The first reason was the combat. The combat, they went away from the turn-based combat system and went for something like Kingdom Hearts, which I think is the best thing that Final Fantasy can do, because the free-flowing combat worked perfectly with this game. Just walking about and switching between 4 different weapons as Noctis was seriously fun, even though, you know, kind of blocking and enemies were a little bit of a pain in the butt. Still, running around and having real-time combat was actually a really, really fun thing. Even though I think the combat mechanics could have been worked on a little bit more, it was still very, very fun. And I liked the setting of Final Fantasy 15. I liked how it was in a more modern, kind of like Final Fantasy 7, a more modern time, but way more futuristic. And I liked that a lot. And I love the characters. I liked the adventure. And this game really made you feel like you were on a road trip with your buddies. And I think that was actually a really cool thing that they did. And it made you feel good inside. You know, you're on this big road trip to try and get Noctis to his wedding, but then shit hits the fan and now you're avoiding the Empire. And it was just so cool. Even though the story, you know, had its ups and downs, I still found Final Fantasy 15 very, very enjoyable. And who knows, maybe that could be another walkthrough I can do in the future, because Final Fantasy 15 would definitely be fun to play as a walkthrough.
Isn't that
not the merry company I'd hoped for?
But kind of going to Final Fantasy 7.
Harley!
a black coat?
Of course.
Now that I have actually been playing Final Fantasy 7, it's definitely fun. I don't know where it'd be on my list, but it's definitely on that list. And with Final Fantasy 7, here's the thing.
Jack, don't you give this.
And I'm gonna be talking about E3 now, because that's the newest big thing of gaming that's coming up. E3 2019. For those of you that don't know what E3 is, it's this big gaming convention where a lot of new games get announced, a lot of trailers for DLC get released, sometimes they release or give details about a new system, so on and so forth. Now,
Ah, yes. And how
at
can
this
I
year's
love games
E3,
and contests
Sony, who is
without honoring
PlayStation,
the rules?
will not be presenting at
Because
E3 this
only
year.
by winning fairly
They will
do
not be
truly
there
have
at
any
all.
savor at all.
So they have this whole big
Of course,
time
the
slot
prize
open.
is actually
And
the
who took the time
guidelines, the
slot?
rules.
Square
Speak your
Enix, the
piece.
people behind the Final Fantasy games and the Kingdom Hearts
I'm
franchise.
looking for a box. A chest, perhaps. You know the one.
Here's the thing. Remember those two trailers we got for the Final Fantasy VII remake, like back in 2015? Yes, it was 2015, honest to God.
Mate, trust me.
Really?
I feel like there's been a lot of news, rumors, and a lot of stuff going around that this could finally be the year where we get some more information on, literally, honest to God. I know I said that back in my earlier videos, like Kingdom Hearts 3 is my most anticipated title,
And the stakes.
but this title is the most highly anticipated title of all time.
It's what?
Despite what people think about, Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto, Final Fantasy VII Remake is the game that people have been waiting for a remaster for a very, very long time. Because of how maybe it was their first Final Fantasy, or just the fact that Final Fantasy VII really changed the way that we look at RPGs.
Jack!
And back in 2015,
Hey, Jack!
we were given the announcement that a Final Fantasy VII
Oh,
remake would be coming sometime. We don't know.
do you really
But it would be
know
coming
what
sometime in the
everybody's looking
future
for?
where it would be remade from the ground up with very impressive looking graphics. And from the only two trailers that we've seen, the combat is just like Kingdom Hearts with a with a menu like Kingdom Hearts with attack, magic, items, and limits and so forth. Just like Final Fantasy 15 Kingdom Hearts. That's its gameplay. And even for the graphics of the look of it back in that 2015 trailer, it looked very, very impressive.
Right.
And a lot of people are thinking that because Square Enix have taken up the Sony time slot, that this could probably be the year we just get info dump of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because if Final Fantasy VII gets remade with the type of gameplay of Kingdom Hearts, this game, they immediately have my money. Ever since I saw that 2015 trailer with the gameplay and the look of it, if they were doing the gameplay like Kingdom Hearts, they have my money. I would gladly give them my wallet. And even then, Final Fantasy VII has a great cast of characters and story. Like, oh my god. Even though I haven't really played the full story in the game yet, I know the story. I know things that happen because I was very intrigued with the popularity of Final Fantasy VII at the time, so I wanted to know everything about it. And to see some of these iconic moments in full 3D graphics would just be insane. It would be absolutely insane to see a game like this get remade in HD. And I definitely think it could be one of those games where
A bit much, eh?
it can make a lot of sales, and it could really just be a re-release of this game in HD would be, I can't even tell you how much money like Square would probably make. And that's another thing that I want to bring up. Apparently some Square Enix, developers and creators, when they were discussing their profits and marketing stuff for 2019 in the future, they are predicting that they're going to, get pretty hefty on some money. I'm pretty sure that's right. You guys can look it up for me. But, and I think that the only way that they could really get that kind of profit is if they release Final Fantasy VII Remake. And here's another reason why a lot of people think that this could finally be the year. A few days before the release of E3 2019, there is going to be a Final Fantasy VII concert that is going to be showcasing all of the music just from Final Fantasy VII. No other Final Fantasy games. Not 1, not 2, not 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No. Just Final Fantasy VII. which kind of gives you that question. Like, okay, they're only playing music from Final Fantasy VII. Very interesting. And another thing is that Kingdom Hearts kind of did this exact same thing, where they had a concert event right before E3, and what happened during that concert?
We got this one in the bag.
They released another trailer just to kind of give us the assurance that, yes, this game is coming. And they did that back in 2017. And then after that point, we started getting trailers upon trailers, like almost each and every month leading up to the game. It was absolutely insane. And I definitely feel like if Square wants to really get their money, then doing a concert like this and showing off a new trailer for Final Fantasy VII would be huge for them. And if for some reason they don't do it at the concert, then they have to do it sometime during their presentation at E3. Just because there have been people waiting for this game for a very long time, and a lot of people, some people are actually starting to lose hope. And honestly, I'm almost getting close to being one of those people, because I want to see this game release in HD. I want to play it in HD. I really do. Now that Kingdom Hearts 3 has been officially released, and I've played it so many times now, and I'm very impressed with it. Like, oh my god, it's amazing. If this is what Square is able to do with their technology and their games now, bring on any future titles. But yes, Kingdom Hearts 3 is out. Everybody can play it. The only thing that is going to be new for Kingdom Hearts 3 is the DLC. We're getting 3 new story DLCs over the course of 2019. And then we're also getting new Keyblades. And I'd like to bring up the fact that Tetsuya Nomura has stated that once Kingdom Hearts was out and finished, then all of his attention would be going towards the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Kingdom Hearts 3 is out now. Anybody can play it. They can play it on PS4 or Xbox One. You can play it right now. And the only thing that needs to be released for this game is the DLC, which I want to assume that the DLC is done and they're just, they're waiting to just release the trailers for it and then release it to the public. I really think that everything about this game is done. But I will admit, Square Enix is listening. There are a lot of people that felt that there were some complaints towards Kingdom Hearts 3, and Square Enix went and fixed it. One of the first big DLCs that Square Enix released for this game was the highly anticipated critical mode for the game. And from what I can tell, a lot of people are really enjoying it. It's a struggle, and I would never play a Kingdom Hearts game on critical mode just because I've attempted it, and I hated it, because I always kept on dying. That's why I play on beginner, so I can actually enjoy the game. You guys know this about me. But that was the first big DLC they ever released for the game, and they also released a new game plus, which allows you to start an entirely new game, but you can carry over all of your Keyblades and pictures from your previous game, which I think is absolutely cool. And I've actually been playing New Game Plus on my spare time, playing with new different Keyblades at the beginning of the game, and it's been really, really fun. And I like how they added that option. I was actually almost kind of hoping that they would do that. So, there's something for everybody. Like, all the intense Kingdom Hearts 3 players can play their critical mode, whereas people who just want to have a good experience can play New Game Plus, where not the difficulty hasn't been changed, but we're able to play the game again, but have all of our favorite Keyblades from the start, which I think is really neat. So there's something for everybody. And I feel like with Kingdom Hearts 3 getting these final DLCs, that Final Fantasy VII, this has to be it. There are too many coincidences, and there's just too much going in on this, and they haven't said anything. Square Enix has not said anything about, like, no, don't get your hopes up, there's no Final Fantasy VII Remake showing at E3. Like, they haven't said anything. And I would personally like to believe that this could finally be it, where we get some answers for Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I personally hope that's true, because I want more information. I want a trailer, I want a release window. You know, I want something. I want to know that, again, just like with Kingdom Hearts 3, this isn't a game that is, you know, we've seen trailers for it, but it just has been absent for so long that we haven't seen anything. But I feel like if Square Enix doesn't give us anything this year, then honestly, I will really start to lose hope. If we do not get any information on Final Fantasy VII Remake at this year's E3, one, I will be very, very, very disappointed. Just like the fan base, because a lot of fans are going insane that if they don't show anything for Final Fantasy VII Remake, then again, everybody may just start to lose hope at this point. And I honestly, I want to believe that this could be the year where we finally get something. Honestly, I would love a new trailer. I want a new trailer. I want a new trailer showing off the updated gameplay, the look of it. I want to know if they're still going to be following the Kingdom Hearts gameplay mechanics like they were in the 2015 trailer. You know, I want something new. I don't want story, I don't want concept art. I don't want profiles. I want a new trailer. Honest to God, I want a new trailer. I want to know that this game is still existing. Like, I want Tetsuya Nomura to come out on stage at that panel and say, you know, hey, you know, we're finishing up Kingdom Hearts 3. We got the DLC coming out later this year. But now we need to talk about the future. And that future is Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's what I want to see.
Not done before you even started, mate. But I admire your conciliatory way of conceding defeat.
Yes. Now I believe I owe you your prize.
Like, this just has to...
What it is that you want. Perhaps...
This has to be it.
Aye.
There's so much riding on this year's E3, and it's not for it's not from Microsoft either. It's not from any. I mean, if anybody's probably looking for the Jedi Fallen Order thing from EA. I'm not even going to be getting into another E3 argument on this video. I'm talking specifically Square.
Oh, Jack.
Just the fact that Square Enix has all this time for their presentation on the floor.
Well,
Come on!
tell him which, Dutchman.
This has to be it. And I want to believe that this will finally be the year we get Final Fantasy. Not the year we get it, but just another trailer and confirmation that this is still happening. So, fingers crossed, I want a trailer for it. You know, I want to know. I want to know that this game is still happening. I really, really do. And if I had to take a guess on when I think this game could possibly ever release, I really think if this game does, if not 2020, I want to say 2021. Just because 2020, I would say, actually, you know what?
Why not?
But then again, Final Fantasy 15 came out in the fall.
She'll be needing repairs. Best make berth.
Hell, maybe fall of 2020. Maybe that, yeah. You know, that's I would guess that for my prediction for this game. I would honest to God say, if I would think when Final Fantasy VII Remake would actually come by, I want to guess fall of 2020. Just because
Krabs.
Final Fantasy 15 came out around that time.
Never mind the particulars, mate.
Kingdom Hearts 3, even though, yes, that was a really, really big title, that didn't come out till January.
Aye, aye.
So I would say, yeah, either fall of 2020 or early 2021. That's my guess. But then again, we have to see something here. We need to know this game still exists and that we are getting a trailer. That's all I want. Okay. I have rambled on enough for this video. For the rest of this video, guys, there's nothing really interesting that's going on in the rest of this video besides we need to look for Krabs. Our ship has been damaged, so we have to explore all around Port Royal and try and find Krabs to repair our ship. And I can kind of agree with the masses on this. This part was a little bit boring, a little bit tedious, but honestly, it's not that hard to find all these crabs. Like, and honestly, it really isn't. If you just kind of follow the path all the way around the map, you're bound to get like almost 400 crabs from all of this. Like, how many do you need? 300? Yeah, it's not that bad. It's just, yeah, it's just a little bit tedious, but I could agree on that. So I think I'm actually going to call it for me for this commentary for this episode. Because I'm only going to be able to do this like 2 more times because I'm going to start live streaming. Because nothing really interesting else is going to be happening in this episode. And I think I kind of explained everything that I wanted to talk about right now. With Final Fantasy VII and Kingdom Hearts and E3 in general. So I will see you guys in the next video where it'll be my last video where I do audio over this. And then after that, I think I'm honestly just going to start live streaming the rest of this game just to kind of get this going quicker so I can get this playthrough out to you guys. So, thank you all so much for watching. Please enjoy the rest of the video. I'm going to show you where you could find basically enough crabs to repair your ship, and that way you can get moving on with the story. Because after you collect the crabs, the rest of the story is not going to be not that long. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we conclude the Caribbean for real. Well, not for real, but you know what I mean. See ya.
Try this!
I think I see something on the roof.
Yeah. Yeah.
The crabs are getting away.
Yeah. 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 Take this. Yeah.
Where did they all come from? Crabs!
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
Sora, over here! I found some! Old crabs like water? What about the waterfall?
Later. Back off.
I'd venture that's nearly enough.
Yeah.
I bet you there's a lucky M-bomb here.
Nice. Let's see. Back off! Back off! Yeah! Come on! Speed time! Come on! Yeah! So long! I know what to do, Sora! Take this! Try this! Yeah!
We should get around.
I'll wait on the tree.
Yeah! Ha! Whoa!
Hey, Sora! I want to have them.
Those strange crabs hooked up to... Yeah! Yeah! Huh. Huh. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Aye, that's all of them. Now, to my final task. Be back in a trice. There, mates. Fit to sail any sea. Now, Sora, one final inquiry. Is there any particular reason you wanted this ship?
Yeah! To explore the seas. Free as the wind.
Good answer. You are a pirate. Captain Sora.
But Jack, why do you keep saying final? Like you're leaving.
Ah, it's because this me has run his course, mate.
This you?
Aye, the surrogate me that the goddess of the sea sent here to help you lot. Of course, any me is still me. I may be duplicatable, but I'm always incomparable. The sea, she smiles upon us, Sora, and let's leave it at that, shall we? For now, the real me has a crucial engagement. At Shipwreck Cove, where the pirate brethren will meet Beckett and his lot in battle to win back our freedom.
Then let us help.
No, it's for pirates to resolve, but not you, Sora. You're as free as the wind now, and far you'll go.
Oh.
So, Jack was showing us the way.
Even if you did get tricked. Ah.
Jack, he said it was the pirates' battle to fight. But a fight for pirates is a fight for us! Come on, let's find the real Jack.
You made a deal with me, Jack, to deliver the pirates. And here they are. Don't be bashful. Step up. Claim your reward.
Sparrow! Your debt to me is still to be satisfied. 100 years in servitude aboard the Dutchman. As a start,
That debt was paid, mate.
you escaped.
I propose an exchange. Will leaves with us, and you can take Jack.
Done.
Undone.
Done.
Jack's one of the 9 pirate lords. You have no right.
King,
As you command, your nips.
Scurvy blackguard!
Easy there, mate. You wouldn't want to damage the leverage now, would you?
Now. Advise your brethren. You can fight, and all of you will die, or you cannot fight, in which case only most of you will die.
we will fight, and you will die.
Have you ever seen crabs like those?